Hey, my name's James Nicholson. In this video, I want to talk about something that could be the worst news ever for landlords. So if you're thinking about buying a property or you're already a landlord, make sure you watch this video to the end because I want to know what your opinion is as well. So do comment below once you know what we're going to be talking about. Now, this channel is all about my investment journey. I'm actually building a portfolio for myself, my two daughters, Georgia, who's 21, Emily, who's my little baby. We've just exchanged on our second property for Georgia. So we bought a house in Doncaster. We've just bought a flat in Dorking. Now, I'm not really into buying flats, but on Monday you'll see exactly why I've done that. And it will make total sense. So do join us on the journey to find out all about all of this stuff by subscribing. So hit that button over there, hit the bell notification, and find out all the good, the bad, and the ugly about property investing. Now, landlords. There's two things that might be particularly bad for landlords at the moment. One we already really know about, which is called Section 24, right? And so Section 24 means that stuff that you could previously write off, you can't, right? So you're going to get taxed on all of your rental income, whereas before you could knock off the mortgage payments and stuff like that, right? Now, that's if you have a property in a personal name, which a lot of landlords do because they're old school landlords, right? They've been doing it for a long, long time. I mean, me included, right? I've been a landlord for how many years? I've owned property for 22 years. I've probably been a landlord for about 19 years now. And so those properties that I've got, they're not so tax efficient. Fortunately, I've got quite small mortgages on that, so it can work. But it's not the most efficient way to be a landlord. And so you need to invest for a limited company. But we're not talking about Section 24 today. What I want to talk about is the impending problem that a lot of landlords face, which is called EPCs, right? So what is an EPC? An EPC is an energy performance certificate, right? You've probably seen these. If you've got Rightmove and you want to see what one of these is, if you go onto Rightmove, you look at any property that's for sale, it will tell you what the energy performance is on that property. And it will have a grade from A down to F. F being the worst, A being the best. Now, I've never seen an A. I think an A would have to be a new build. It would have to be absolutely perfect. It'd have heat source pumps and solar and like all these different things. It'd be very, very hard to get an A. Now, a lot of the stock in the UK that landlords have is like an E or a D, right? And so we have to, by 2025, the government is suggesting that we've got to get this up to a level C, right? Now, here's the problem with that. Some properties, it's just not possible to get it to a level C. If you've got a listed building and you can't do lots of work on that because it's listed, right? It's just not feasible. If you own a house up north that's worth 30 grand and it will cost 30 grand to get it up to a level C, you're not going to do the work. You'll just sell up. Now, the problem for the government, if that happens, is then there won't be any landlords and then there won't be any properties. And the few landlords that stay the supply and demand will be so bad that the rents will really increase. And you're kind of starting to see this already. You see, landlords are getting hit with Section 24, meaning it's not so tax efficient. Landlords are foreseeing this 2025 as a problem, and so they're selling their portfolios and moving on to do other stuff. They've just had enough, and there's lots of tired landlords out there that just aren't looking to do this. Now, the legislation is out there. It's not guaranteed that it's going to go through. I've got various different agents because I invest in Dorking, Hastings, Doncaster and London, right? I'm speaking to all of my agents. Is this actually going to happen? And none of them think that this will go through by 2025. They think that it will get delayed, it will get rethought, there will be some sort of compromise there. Because if you suddenly slap on a C rating, I've just got somewhere that's an F rating, it would not be possible to get to a C. I've already had someone round to look at it. It just isn't an option. So what would they want to do then? Do they want me to just not rent it out and have someone live in there? Possibly, but that person wouldn't be able to maybe get a mortgage on it then either, because some mortgages now are saying this. So there's got to be some give and take. I don't know what that's going to be, but I just want you guys to be aware of this new legislation, and you need to start thinking about it. You can do stuff like, so when I'm doing renovations now, we will add insulation into the walls of a certain level. We'll make sure, obviously, we've got double glazing. We'll consider adding solar into the property. We are mindful of this C and working towards that on any work that we're doing. So when we do that, we want to do that right now. But I think as a landlord or as a potential landlord going forward, you need to know that this is coming. See, very interesting, the amount of landlords that I speak to that don't know this is coming, because they haven't read the newspaper. No one's told us that this is coming. It's in the news. But what if you don't read the news that day, right? You might not be aware that this EPC thing is even happening. And I think it's a big, big deal. Obviously, I'm pro-green. I think it's a good thing. One, as well, because you're going to save on your energy costs. I think that's a good thing, particularly in 2022 when I'm filming this, right? But what will happen, I just don't know. I think if the government do follow through with it, and they enforce this, then you will suddenly get a lot of property taken off the market. And I think the government, if they aren't predicting that, it's going to be chaos. Can you imagine? They're saying at the moment 80% of rental properties are not at a level C or above. 80%. Imagine if just 20% of rental properties got taken off the market, even temporarily. The impact that would have on people that want to rent a house. It would be chaos. And so, yeah, I think it's a very interesting thing. I think you've got to keep an eye on this and watch what's happening. So do let me know your thoughts on this. I'd love to know. Do comment below. Do like the video, guys. Go and check out all the other videos I've got. We've got tons of videos. We've got a refurbishment that we did in Doncaster. We bought at auction. You can see how that all went. Do check that out and do subscribe so you can see on Monday my latest project. While you're here, go and check out this video right here. Bye for now.